All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive topic, how you can not just survive, but actually thrive in this new age of agentic AI. This is all about future-proofing your career, so let's just get right to it. So this is the big one, isn't it? The question that's probably in the back of your mind. You see the headlines, you hear the chatter. Are we all about to be automated out of a job? Well, the answer is a little more complicated and honestly a lot more interesting than just a simple yes or no. The real story here isn't about replacement, it's about elevation. Right. This new breed of AI, it actually elevates what we do. It pushes us up to a higher level of thinking, a meta level. We get to be the strategists, the creative directors, the ones asking the big questions. The game is definitely changing, but that just makes your role as the human player even more critical. So, how do you get ready for this new role? Well, it all starts with a solid foundation. And there are really two pillars, two core things you need to master if you're going to collaborate effectively with these new digital partners. The first pillar is what we'll call AI literacy. And let's be super clear here, this isn't about you becoming a coder. It's about getting a feel for how these systems think. Understanding that they work on probabilities, not absolute facts, and that they have some very real, very hard limits. Think of it like learning the personality of a new teammate, one who's incredibly powerful, but also very, very literal. And that's where this comparison becomes so important. Look, an AI is an absolute beast when it comes to crunching huge amounts of data, staying consistent, and just working around the clock. But where does it fall flat? On things like emotional nuance, real ethical judgment, or coming up with a creative idea when the path isn't clear. Knowing this difference, that's your superpower. It tells you exactly when to lean on the machine and when you absolutely have to trust your own gut. Okay, pillar number 2, data fluency. It's simple, really. AI speaks the language of data, so you need to be fluent in it. This means you can look at a chart or a report and see beyond the numbers. You can see the story, the context, what's really going on. It's the common ground, the language you and your AI agent will share. And speaking that language fluently means you start to develop this kind of digital intuition. So when an AI spits out an answer, you don't just take it as gospel. You instinctively ask, okay, what data did it learn from? How sure is it about this answer? And is there any chance this is skewed or biased? This is how you go from just being a user to being a true critical partner to the AI. Okay, so we've laid our foundation. Now we can start building on top of it. And the source material gives us this fantastic way to think about it, a pyramid that organizes the most valuable skills into a clear hierarchy. We're going to build this thing from the ground up, tier by tier. And you'll see, as we climb higher, the skills become more uniquely human, more strategic, and way, way more valuable in this new world. Let's start at the bottom. Tier 3. This is the bedrock, the foundation. It includes things like your deep knowledge in your own field, whether you're in marketing or medicine, and of course the technical skills to actually use the AI tools and manage the projects. This is the solid ground you need to be standing on. Moving up to the middle, Tier 2. This is all about the human-AI partnership. This is where you're directing the AI, prompt engineering. It's where you're keeping an eye on it and deciding when to step in. And it's about designing workflows where you and the AI are working together perfectly. This tier really demands that you have a growth mindset, that you're always ready to learn. And here we are, at the top, the pinnacle, Tier 1. These skills, critical thinking, empathy, creativity, ethical judgment, these are the things that AI, at least for now, just can't touch. They are your most valuable assets. This is, without a doubt, the human advantage. So let's just take a minute to really dig into this, because these Tier 1 skills aren't just nice to have. They're becoming the absolute core of what it means to be a valuable professional. Your role is making a massive shift. You're no longer just the problem solver, you're becoming the problem definer. Your job is to stare into the messy, ambiguous challenges that don't have a clear answer and figure out the right questions to even ask the AI in the first place. And then you have emotional intelligence. Think about it. As we work more and more with AI, our ability to lead other people, to build trust, to handle tricky human situations, that becomes so much more important. An AI can analyze a spreadsheet, sure, but it can't inspire a team or build a real relationship with a client. That's all you. And this idea really changes how we should think about creativity. AI isn't some lone genius who's going to replace you. No way. It's the ultimate co-creator.
It can give you 1,000 different options, but you have to provide that initial creative spark. You give the direction, the vision that turns all those options into something totally new and amazing.
So, look, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that in a world that's becoming saturated with artificial intelligence, your greatest asset, the thing that will make you stand out, isn't going to be your technical skill. It's your humanity. It's your curiosity. It's your empathy, your critical eye, and that creative spark. Those are the things that can't be replicated. They're what will define your value today and for a long, long time to come. You know, the future isn't just something that happens to us. It's something we get to build. So I'll leave you with this question. Looking back at that pyramid, which one of those uniquely human skills are you going to start building first?